What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am BDLM, bringing you a series from the Reddit Dota Team League. This is between Carried by Obiter and 211 known STHE. So far we are already in the draft, as you guys can see. So far we had the very first ban of the game being that Lycanthrope, followed up by Naga Siren. Two very standard bans. Gotta admit, this is a wee bit early in the morning for me, coming up on 8 a.m. Actually, a little bit later than it was supposed to run. Playing, I know, Carried by Obiter from Australia. I'm not actually sure where THE is from, but there you go. When you work nights, you get to cast all these crazy random time games. Broodmother, the next ban out from Carried by Obiter. I'm actually curious to see how this works out. I don't know if THE knows anything about Carried by Obiter. Me, having cast a couple series of theirs, I know that Morphling is a favorite of Obiter. Likes to play that hero, and kind of an unconventional build, actually. Goes for the Soul Ring. Windrunner, the next ban out. Kind of interesting to see her banned. I mean, a very strong hero, of course, but typically not banned out these days. That's going to leave other heroes to enter the pool. So many heroes today, they're just strong, that plenty of teams would have problems with. But actually, Nature's Prophet and Chaos Knight are going to be the last bans out. It's time to see what the very first pick is in this series. Best of 3. Carried by Obiter getting the first pick here. And Darkseer. Wow, yeah, I kind of forgot he existed because I'm so used to seeing him just auto-banned out. But he actually makes it through. But yet another hero who makes it through, Invoker. And Leshrac is also going to be picked up by Turbo Chicken, doing the picks for THE. Chen is the follow-up pick by Aram, as well as Tinker. So we're going to have a little bit of global presence on this side of the board. Have Hand of God to be able to heal across the map, and Tinker is going to be able to gank where he pleases, as well as push. There's going to be a pretty decent amount of push here. Ion Shell with a Chen creep. It's going to be especially difficult to deal with. Chen giving the creeps he controls a little bit of extra health. Going to make them difficult to take down. We have one more pick before we go into the second stage of bans. I can happily say now that I have actually seen every single one of the new heroes in competitive play. Yes, that includes Nyx Assassin, who was actually in Complexity versus VTI in the ECAL tournament. My buddy J4Y got to cast that game the other day. You can check that out on his personal Twitch. I believe it's J4Y Gaming. Let's go head over there, check out that awesome game. Morphling will actually get picked up against Obiter. So that'll be interesting. I'm not sure who on 211 plays that Morphling. But now we're going to need some additional late game out of Carried by Obiter, and they're actually going to go ahead. They're going to ban out the Shadow Demon as their 4th ban. And Anti-Mage is actually going to go out. So they realize, okay, right now we have the advantage as far as carries are concerned. Let's take out the heroes that are going to be able to stand up with Morphling. Anti-Mage certainly one of those. For going back to the old school metagame, Faceless Void might also be another hero they want to take out. But there's still plenty of other options that they could still go. Riki Mars been picked against Morphling to try and counter him out. The last time I saw that didn't work all that effectively, but in theory it should. Get that Diffusal Blade, hold him inside the cloud so he can't waveform out. And then Nigma is actually going to be the very last ban out by Carried by Obiter, so looking to disable some more of that team fight. And that's kind of the cool thing about picking an Invoker, is you really have no idea what kind of build he's going to go. Is he going to go Quas Wex? Is he going to look for the team fight? Or is he going to look to go for that global presence? So fearing the team fight, Carried by Obiter, they are going to ban out that Enigma. And Venomancer is actually going to be the very last ban out in this game. You can't blame him when you see all the push on the other side of the board. Enchantress still in the pool might be something that THE want to look for to try and counter out that Chen, try and steal some of his creeps. Or maybe go for somebody else, a hero who might look to go for Hand of Midas. Another great way to go up against a Chen, try and limit his power throughout the game.
Reserve time.
Both these teams still missing a jungler. Darkseer, you imagine would be in the jungle, but it would be possible to run him in a solo lane. Sand King, then the very next pick out. And Shadow Shaman is actually going to come out from THE. Here I love seeing. I've actually seen more and more of recently now that I think about it. But he had a really long streak of popularity for a while. Felt like a month or two solid where he was just a very popular hero. Easy to understand with the amount of crowd control he has. The amount of push power. But I think he started getting run in those big team fight lineups, and then the other team went LOL Pugna. And Shadow Shaman has a really hard time with that Pugna ward. Interested to see who Arm looks to pick for the very last hero to go on this carried by Obiter squad. And I would say they're probably going to look for that side lane solo. They could run Tinker there. I already said they could run the Darkseer there. Oh wait, Chen's in the game. I'm retarded. So yeah, Darkseer is going to be that side lane solo. Or the Tinker. Or Tinker will be mid. Or they look to pick up a mid here. These are the options. But they really don't have any late game, so they must really be invested in a push strategy. So maybe they'll look to just go for a hero to run that mid or the side lane solo position. There's a support that would help with this push. They have a lot of options if they wanted to support that Sand King even. Get him some farm. Get him a quick Blink Dagger. Get him a Veil of Discord. Only 18 seconds left for Arm to pick a hero. Curious to see what he's going to look to get. Lina will actually be the very last pickup. Very nice. Okay, so there you go. That's going to be actually really nice against the Morphling, especially. Have the Laguna Blade to be able to take out that Morphling once it gets to low health. Or just help burst him down. That and Tinker. I think that's how they're going to look to counter him out. And I think Carried by Obiter are going to go for a fairly early game build. Lina and Sand King have a ton of potential to be able to pick up kills. Lina has the ability to cast that Light Strike array 4 times in the early game, level 1. It's a very cheap spell. Can really use that to her advantage.
Reserve time.
And if Chen's able to get some good creeps, he's going to be able to come over and help make that a really dangerous lane for 211. But that 211 squad looking pretty vicious as well. Leshrac, Invoker, Morphling, Shadow Shaman. That's a lot of crowd control all around, especially if Invoker looks to go for a Quas Wex, which I would kind of expect him to do in this case. And all that control built around a Morphling. It's always hard to deal with. You need a fair amount of his reserve time as well, Turbo Chicken. Trying to decide who he wants to round out this squad with. Might look for a jungler.
Queen.
But he's gonna go for Queen of Pain. So there we go. The lanes will be very interesting. I'm very curious to see how THE look to put this into the game. Everybody picking up their heroes. We actually have a disconnect, so hopefully he will be back shortly, so you might have to deal with a pause. But I'm still trying to figure out the CAG lineup. I'm not really sure how they're going to look to run this. They have a lot of options. I imagine Queen of Pain is going to be run mid, which means we'll have a support Leshrac. What does that mean for Invoker and Shadow Shaman? I mean, they have a lot of solo heroes. Actually, 4 intellect heroes. And that's going to be nice for the Lina. I'm actually noticing we have 4 ints on both sides of the board. But there are a lot of squishy heroes for Lina to take out very quickly. Gonna make sure I can get these game stats up right away. Don't want to forget those. So fantastic. So I guess I'll take advantage of this pause. Look to run through both sides of the board here. Forward carried by Obiter. We have Arum, Orwele, Snook, Hellion, and Obiter. And for TAG, Turbo Chicken playing that Morphling. Ari is going to be on the Invoker. Shadow Shaman, Enzo, Icy playing the Queen of Pain, and Jurl on that Lashrak. I didn't even mention the heroes for the carried by Obiter squad, but you can see right here. You'll be able to figure it out. I believe in you all. Having stick figures drawn on the map. That's always fantastic. Have this nice gemmed out Morphling. Probably, I have to say, some of my favorite add-ons there. The helmet I'm not too crazy about, but the rest of it, pretty slick looking. We gotta look around, see what else we have. Fire, Vexor, of course, of course. What do we have on this other side of the board? Do we have anything? No, not too many heroes over there with a lot of augments, actually. I think Sand King might be the only one on that side who actually has some stuff. So any of you guys working in that 3D editor, be sure to start pumping out some artwork for these heroes. See, I'm still looking at this THE lineup, trying to make sense of it. This is going to be really interesting. Shadow Shaman and Lashrak put together in a lane around somebody could be devastating. Maybe they're looking to tri-lane that around the Morphling. And that's a lot of crowd control to have to try and deal with. It's going to be difficult for whoever that tri-lane happens to be against. I mean, Darkseer could run in that lane, but you know, the only other issue is then you also have a lot of push potential. And if they leave a solo against that tri-lane, level 3, level 4, they're going to have to start worrying about their tier 1 towers. But against the Lashrak, against the Shadow Shaman, you can kind of be like, look, we realize those tier 1 towers aren't going to last very long no matter what we do. So maybe we say just sacrifice the tier 1. And we look to get our advantage in the other lanes in the jungle. Because Chen is going to be in there. It's going to be picking up some additional farm looking to put together, I'd imagine, a mech. Could go for Drums of Endurance if he wanted to. That Aghanim Scepter, putting his ultimate cooldown at 30 seconds, making it available whenever there's a team fight. He has some options. Yeah, Enchantress actually made it through the draft, interestingly enough. Difficult hero to play, I think. I've tried, trust me. And it didn't work for me. And they're just gonna have to deal with those Chen creeps. Nobody over here likely to pick up a Hand of Midas. This is gonna be a vicious team too. THE that they put together. Once they get into the late game, if you even ignore the Morphling, Queen of Pain going to be able to pick up a Sheepstick. Invoker could as well. A lot of these heroes would do really well with that additional crowd control. And they already have so much. I think it's really going to come down to who's able to get the first couple of towers. THE might be able to get the first one. But if you get a chain going for carried by Obiter, getting a lot of that early team gold, their lineup really, I think, takes advantage of that well. Every single one of those heroes, you just put a little bit of farm on each of them, and they can do fantastic. Maybe get a Vanguard or work towards that pipe for the Darkseer. Just get him some additional tankiness, get him some additional health regeneration. The Blink Dagger on the SK, the Mech on the Chen, Tinker with the bots. Lena could go for Yules, help set up that Light Strike array. It's like each one of these heroes, you get one big item on them, and they're set. Anything else other than that, it's just icing on the cake. So you get some of those early tier 1 towers, and you're sitting pretty. This side of the board, that Morphling is very important. Invoker 2, Queen of Pain, I mean, they really have a lot of big heroes that are farm dependent, but you figure you spread those out between the 3 lanes. And as long as they get some success in at least 1, 2 of those lanes, they're going to be in a better position for the later part of the game than carried by Obiter. Still waiting for the reconnect, unfortunately. Gotta... Oh, I don't remember actually which one of these little buttons up here is the one I prefer to see, where you just have it from greatest to least. I think the most useful of the stats. I can actually see my little alerts that I always forget to turn off. We have a reconnect, so hopefully coming back into the game shortly. Has entered the game yet again. I can actually have all of life's questions answered. How does THE lane? I guess that's really the only one. For the time being, I can wait to see who's going to win. I'll need to know that right this second. Yeah, me and my buddy J4Y, if you guys are familiar with this DOD YouTube / Twitch / whatever else channel, however you might be tuning into this, got to cast an eCal game. Jay's actually done some of those on his own. Been teaming up with Maut on the eCal squad. I am now also an official eCal caster, so hopefully I will be able to bring more of those games after their tournament, which is finishing up. Actually, I believe it just finished up yesterday. So you guys are welcome to check out the J4Y Gaming Twitch channel. I believe he'll have those games up there. There's our reconnect. But we also got to cast Absolute Legends versus Evil Geniuses, which was a fantastic series, so you guys are welcome to stop by there to check those out. And of course, any feedback, fantastic. I'm going to have these games. Unfortunately, not able to stream these with my wooden internet. I don't know if that's such a thing. I know of the wooden computer. I'm not sure if there's any cheap internet joke. I need to figure out what that would be, because if there is, that's what I have. So, but these will be uploaded as VODs later on. So hopefully you guys can tune in on the Dota TV. I should have my audio set to run out of that. So here we go. Gonna get started. Darkseer already selling off some branches. Like, wait, no, jump the gun. Let me think about this. There you go. A ton of health regen. Realizes he's gonna need some sustainability. It actually looks like he's gonna take the safe lane. And I'm not surprised with this, to be honest, because him against that tri lane, like I was saying earlier, I don't think it would fare well. Tinker and Lina looking to go up top. We could see a drawing coming out here. They're interested in going up into the Dire jungle. But the Dire are not actually too interested in heading up there. They're actually going to run bottom and look to go for the Radiant jungle. See if they can pick up some early kills. Both teams interested in this. Just want to actually check and make sure I have my stuff on the side closed. Make it a little bit easier on my computer.
30 seconds to battle.
Foker hasn't skilled yet. Not sure if he's going to go for that Quaso X or that Exort build. Does he want the damage? Does he want the crowd control? A really aggressive ward place up here in the top. I wouldn't be surprised if Ober actually stays up here and looks to run an aggressive jungle. Queen of Pain, the only one up here, hasn't put a point in that blink yet. If they're able to catch her, they might be able to take her down before she's able to skill her ability. But looks like both teams just going to run through, place their wards. Look to head out. Darkseer has to be careful. He's running through his own jungle. If the Dire look to stick around, this could be very dangerous for him. Ward has been placed here. Very sneaky ward. This will block this from going off. Invisibility going to be grabbed by that Darkseer. Not going to be able to use that to get any sort of a kill or anything. And 4 heroes will remain, actually. So take Invoker some extra time, going really safe to get back. But that's going to open up some space for the Tinker, get him some early farm. So yeah, this is going to be the tri-lane. Shadow Shaman and Morphling and that Leshrac against the Darkseer. So they actually realize, you know what, they might switch this up. We want to run our solo in the safe lane as well. Darkseer not going to catch a break getting that lane up against Queen of Pain. So we're going to have to look to see if this Lina Sand King lane are going to be able to try and keep up the farm. Going to be able to get the items they want. Try and contest this Morphling, because Morphling is going to have absolute free farm down here. Tinker, as you can see, enjoying a little bit of a lead here. Only gets a couple creep kills over Ahri. Playing that Invoker. And Shadow Shaman already looks to be roaming around. They might look to just send him over to the top lane. Looks like that's what he might be doing now. Just trying to ensure some of that Queen of Pain farm. Realizes he's not going to be able to do anything down here against the Darkseer. Darkseer with Surge. Going to be able to get away so easily. Double Ion Joe looking to harass this poor Morphling. Taking a little bit of damage. Look, what do you know? This isn't the right screen. Oh, I just had it. You know what? There we go. That looks good. As you can see, Morphling already in the lead. 9-1. SK close behind. I feel like with the crowd control, they probably could have gotten some kills in that bottom lane. But up here, they have a slow. They have some additional damage. And now they're going to have the Hex and the Shackle from the Shadow Shaman. So they might actually be able to get some kills up here instead. And that might be more important to this THE squad. Tinker's actually going to get the very first rune. Luke's coming down here, put some harassment on the Invoker. And that's going to hurt. He is that Exort build, so only has the level 1 Quas. It's going to have some diminished health regeneration. Actually puts them all on now once they get back up to full. And Tinker, interestingly enough, not looking to max 2 of his abilities. He's just putting points in all 3. Going to look to prioritize that Marching Machine once to get control of this lane. This Illusion Rune doing some work up here. Shadow Shaman stacking the creeps, looking to pull for his buddy. Actually, Leshrac comes over, tries to lay out the stun, will not land. Sword placed over here so they know exactly what's going on with the Sand King with this Lina. And they actually just walked their tri-lane over. They're actually going to run it around the Queen of Pain. Like, you know what? Morphling doesn't need the help. We're not going to get kills. Let's try and build a lane that's going to be able to generate kills. So that's what they're going to do.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Support's going to have to stay far away, though. They're only going to roam over here when they want to try and get kills on the Sand King. Queen of Pain level is very important. And a stun coming out. That's going to be enough. They actually catch the Queen of Pain out. Wasn't expecting that at all. Lina Dragon Slaves through, prioritizing that ability, and that's enough damage. They pick up the first blood. Lina gets a quick burst of gold. Going to be able to get herself some boots when she wants to. That's a great start for Carried by Obiter, and something they desperately need. Obiter actually comes up here. He's going to run aggressive in this jungle. They can see it, though. This Dire Ward, I believe, does have vision of Obiter. Ping's coming out. So I might be able to play really aggressive up here against the level 3 Leshrac, as well as the Shadow Shaman. Troll Warlord up here. So he might actually be able to put some crowd control. Gonna look in this middle lane. Looks like there's a bit of an engagement. Marching Machines onto this Invoker, but he's gonna be able to Ghost Walk out. The Marching Machine's still doing damage though. So he will pay for surviving just barely. 25 health.
Is under attack.
Does have this bottle back in base.
Too bad.
Chen wants to set something up here, but this ward shows all. Shows the Radiant Hand. They're not going to be able to do anything. You can see Shadow Shaman just sitting behind this tower. The nice thing, though, that this does is it puts this Dire squad up here together. It's forcing them to share experience. So this is the start that Carried by Obiter really need. Winning in 2 lanes, essentially. Invoker 8-4 against a 17-7 Tinker. Fantastic start. The only lane that does winning, THE, is this Morphling lane. But, you know, this is what I was talking about in the picks. They have the potential. Unless they lose every single lane, they have hope for the mid, for the late part of this game. And actually, the gank comes middle. Look at going, Invoker. who's actually prioritizing Wex, interestingly enough. Very interesting. Looking to get the utility out of his spells. Increase attack, increase his movement speed. Some harassment coming down. The Morphling taking a ton of damage. He may have to wait for him out to survive. Will do that. We'll actually pop a healing salve to get back into the mix.
Dire's bottom tower is
Even the
under
safe
attack.
Morphling having to play a little bit cautiously. Chen going to try and come over again with that Troll Warlord. He's going to sit over here, but it's going to be in range of that ward. They're going to have to realize very soon that as soon as Chen comes over here, really defensive play by the Dire. But Chen maybe not farming as effectively as he would like to because of this. Arm level 3 on the Marching Machines, level 2 on the Rockets. He's going to be sitting pretty for these team fights. Sand King going to look to engage. Will Burrow strike in? The Light Strike Array will land, and there you go. Dragon Slave yet again picking up a kill, but now Sand King has to be careful. Will not make it out. Ether Shot coming out. So we're going to make that a trade. Able to pick up a kill on the Leshrac, which is nice. The Queen of Pain is obviously who they would love to get kills on. But they'll take what they can get. Unfortunately, trading the Sand King for it. I actually want to take a look at the gold graph. Huge Radiant advantage, actually, as well as the XP. I say huge. Let's say a big advantage for the early part of the game. 2-1 and the First Blood. Very nice for them. This is really interesting. Wex continuing to be maxed here. I'm going to be able to walk out with that EMP. As we can see there, I moused over that EMP. I just want to see what that Wex is actually doing for him at this point in the game. And actually, Cold Snap coming out on the Tinker is going to land off the rocket, and the Marching Machine is going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. Actually doing a great job walking between the marches.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Won't take a ton of damage there. But this is going to actually increase. Oh, he doesn't have it anymore. The mana drain, though. And that's actually a pretty good decision, I think. Good situational building there. Realizes, okay, pretty soon this Radiant squad, they're going to look to team up, group up, come together. Being able to burn a lot of mana, it's going to be important. Shen looking to put up a gank on this middle lane. Doesn't really have the creeps for it. He might just look to come here and push this tower, to be honest. Does have some decent creeps for that. The Alpha Wolf just going to increase the damage. Over playing super aggressive means that they're going to have to be careful. This Invoker has to try and stay back, and yeah, this is going to be enough damage to take down this tower. If not this creep wave, the next one. Over doing a great job with this Hellcaller, just pulling the wave off. And there you go, there's tier 1 tower. Tinker gets the last hit. Very important. Bots. Straight bot. Right there. So all of a sudden Tinker gets a lot scarier. And with just the crazy advantage he's been able to generate down here in this middle lane, he's not going to be worried about leaving Invoker alone.
Denied.
So my question is, what lane does he look to move to? Where does he look to take his additional push potential? I think it's going to be his top lane. Look at the amount of damage they're able to put up to this Leshrac. Shackle's coming out on the Sand King. They want to try and make something of this. He's actually going to Burrow Strike in. Will he pop the ultimate? He does. It's going to be a huge ultimate. We'll take down all 3 heroes. Sand King will die. The Diabolic Edict, though, left behind by Leshrac. 3 for 1. I think he'll take it. Doesn't even need to type worth it in all chat. THE know that was devastating. Able to get that channel off. And, you know, after the CC from the Shadow Shaman and the Leshrac, there's nothing else there to stop the channel on that epicenter. Queen of Pain can't do anything to stop it. She just bought herself a bottle looking to get some extra sustain. The other supports in that lane have actually been able to afford themselves some boots. Great harass again by the Darkseer, doing a great job there in that bottom lane. Morphling has burned through all of his health regeneration. Actually sitting on a belt of strength. I'm going to get some additional health. And Ober very interested in trying to gank here again. There's no crowd control before that Thunderclap, though. Are they going to be able to get the kill? That's the question. He's trying to get over here in range. They're not going to have enough. And actually, TP will come in here to support Invoker. It'll be the Queen of Pain as well as one more. 4 heroes actually in this middle lane. Or just the 3. Looks like they cancel it off. Shadow Shaman did walk in. There's 3 heroes here. Leaving poor Leshrac up here in the top lane, sitting on 300 gold. Not getting anywhere near the Bloodstone that he would ideally like to have. Vacuum misses on the Darkseer. Maxed out Ion Shell already. It actually looks like Tinker's going to come down this bottom lane and look try and put on some harassment. Rocket comes out. The laser as well, but that laser not prioritized. He's not going to do any damage. Now Darkseer has to be very careful. The Shackles are going to come out. The EMP is going to come out next, but too much damage there on that Darkseer. That will be enough. Invoker, after that very slow start there in the middle lane, is actually going to get a little bit of a boost to his gold. Getting that last kill. March Machines pushing down this tier 1 tower, which is already taking a decent amount of damage already in this game. No siege creep here to put on some additional pressure. But it's going to leave this tower just out of deny range, actually. So Tinker can be happy about that. Unfortunately, losing a hero for it, though. And in the top, Lina, Sand King, they realize, hey, we have a pretty safe lane up here now that everybody's left. We're just going to sit behind the tower. Put some pressure up here. Let's go ahead and move this thing over to kill deaths and assists. Snook on this Lina doing a fantastic job. Taking advantage of all the AoE damage that this top lane's been able to put out. 3-0, 2-2-2 Sand King. This Invoker, you know, he did have that slow start there, but sitting 1-0-0. So what he didn't get in the kills, he might be able to, or what he didn't get in the farm, pardon me, he might actually be able to get in the kills. Darkseer taking some unnecessary damage here from the tower, but it's going to tank that up. It's going to mean that the tower will go to the Radiant, picking up the second tier 1 tower for the team and in the game. The tri-lane changes again. Now it's Queen of Pain, Morphling, and Leshrac, trying to just get whatever combination they can make work. This bottom lane actually getting pushed pretty hard. The Centaur Khan able to just hold back that Shadow Shaman. Khan does not get the stun. The net will actually come out from the Troll Warlord. Both those creeps will actually be sacrificed there. So Chen now actually has nothing to his name. Getting very close to that mech. I believe he put all that on the courier. So he actually has enough. I'm surprised he's not sending the whole thing to himself. Or maybe I had the wrong hero selected. Just the parts then. Queen of Pain might get initiated on here. If only there were some tangos. Blink Dagger already on the Sand King with the Arcane Boots. Doing well with the farm. He's going to keep himself hidden. Queen of Pain, a hero with so much mobility, now has to play very passively. Realizes the danger she's in. Has to give up this tier 1 tower. And this is great for carried by Obiter. Tinker's going to get the last hit there. And they might have to come here and move into this middle lane. Invoker and Leshrac, they can take down this tower very easily if they want to, but the TP support will come in. Tinker heads back to base. We'll be able to bot in its middle lane. He does. See on 1,400 gold again. Here at bottom, actually, Darkseer has to be careful. There you go, Vacuum, Ion Shell. But here is Shackles by the Shadow Shaman. Auto attacks coming out from Morphling. The waveform is going to come in, but he actually just decides to leave. He realizes that the surge is too much, perhaps. But actually here in the top lane, Lina gets another kill, but will be taken out. Cold Snap Leshrac, that's going to be enough. And the dominating streak, giving out a large amount of gold to that Leshrac. Sitting on 1,000 gold, but actually here in the bottom lane, Morphling in a lot of trouble. Hand of God comes out to ensure that everyone survives, and Chen will actually pick up a kill on that Shadow Shaman here in the bottom. And all this pressure coming out to the bottom lane. Silly me, thinking that this Obiter team, really relying on Obiter in the past to be one of these carry heroes, to be that Morphling, to be able to have a really solid mid to late game. They show that they have the early game as well. And actually Sand King will blink into the back, Burrow Strike as well, and the Tinker Rocket will come in. Wildkin Warchief doing a fantastic job. This Tornado holding back the Dire, doing some additional harassment damage. Chen's sad to see his friend Mr. Wildkin, the pink big bird in Dota, go down, but you know what? Trading it for a tower and Tinker goes Blink Dagger. There's an interesting choice for you. 2 Blink Daggers out now for this Radiant squad, and they're actually setting up a nice little arc here, taking advantage of this high ground. Sand King wants to try and set something up. They see Leshrac. They see Morphling coming up here. The Ion Shell being placed on there. Not the best position, but they're going to take advantage of it. Sand King will Burrow Strike in. The Waveform will get them out. Shadow Shaman drops the wards. The Radiant should really just back off here. And in this recharge time, that might actually put Tinker in danger. He has to be very careful. 2 seconds, 1 second on the Blink Dagger. He should be able to get out. Blinks to the high ground. Does he have vision of Invoker? Be able to throw out some rocket. He's not concerned. Gonna TP back. And Ari puts himself into some danger. Will Cold Snap. The Darkseer doesn't realize the 2 heroes are still up here. 3 actually. Chen is going to be able to put in some auto attack damage as well. Darkseer will pick up a kill with that Ion Shell. Mistake by that Invoker. And these wards, unfortunately, not placed in the best position. They're going to be able to farm up some of these. Only the one, it looks like. They're going to despawn very quickly. It's only 37 gold into the hands of the Radiant for that defensive Shadow Shaman award.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And actually, they're going to look to go in here on the Queen of Pain. Burrow Strike, Rocket, Laser. That's enough to take out this Queen of Pain. I did not expect the amount of crowd control that the Radiant has to be enough to take out such a mobile hero, but they're doing a fantastic job of it. And they're actually able to keep up the pressure here in this middle lane and just take out heroes one at a time. And in comes the Tornado. Invoker wants to try and set something up. Lady MP, though, it's not going to catch anybody. Tinker's actually going to come in right after the net. Is he going to be able to put out some rocket damage? We'll actually look to do the March of Machines. The SK is going to ult in here with the Epicenter. It's going to be enough to take out Leshrac in the back. 2 more heroes in the backdrop. Morphling, as well as Selena. A great trade, of course, with the ultimate coming in on that Sand King. Are they going to be able to get a kill on the Tinker? Getting very low as well. Deafening Blast coming out here on the Sand King. But a rocket from Tinker will be enough to take out the Invoker. Double kill for the Tinker in that exchange. Shadow Shaman actually trying to survive here in the back. Darkseer just walks in there. What's up, buddy? He's going to farm up all these creeps. And that's going to spell another tier 2 tower for the Radiant. A TP coming in. Are they going to actually look to go there? No, they're not. They're going to stop. But, wow, Tinker. Too much damage. 2,600 gold already. 1 tier 2 tower left on the board for the Dire squad. Everything up for the Radiant. This middle tower, the most damaged one. And that's only 500 health. Tinker might look to add a Mystic Staff to his collection. He does. Gets that extra mana pool. Sand King looking to go for Veil of Discord. I think a fantastic decision. Lena also with the Blink Dagger, adding to that mobility. And interestingly enough, not interested in leveling Laguna Blade. I wonder if that was a misclick by Snook, or if you're just like, nope, don't need it. Very interesting decision there. But actually here in the middle lane, Darkseer is going crazy. He wants to run and see whatever kills he can pick up. Darkseer is actually going to pick up a kill on the Morphling as he waveforms through the wall. Actually, Tinker just going crazy as well. They want to just try and go in here and pick up as many kills as they can. They're actually going to go in here on the Shadow Shaman, lays down the wards defensively. And are they going to be able to pick up a kill here on the Sand King, playing way too aggressive? And that's going to be a trade 1-for-1. Tinker will actually pick up the kill. The wall doing some work, and Boker wants to try and come in here. Has the EMP as well. That's going to drain the rest of Chen's mana. Plenty of Arcane Boots, though, to try and regen that up. Lena just pushes top, unopposed. Not showing what she wants to build towards next. I imagine it will be some sort of crowd control item. Maybe a Drum of Endurance. I think would be another great pickup. Taking the advantage they have, they're just going to split push. That's a fantastic idea, I think. 2 heroes dedicated to come up here and stop Lena. Just chipping away at this tower. Tinker rockets out. That's going to be enough to almost take down the Shadow Shaman, but Tinker comes in, goes godlike, taking out the Invoker. He's just going to sit here and look to rearm, but the adaptive strike, that's going to spell his death. Carried by Obiter feeling very safe. They're okay just trading these heroes 1-for-1. They're not too worried about it. Luckily, that's not where they have all their eggs. They still have Lena just sitting up here chipping away at the tower, and because she has a blink dagger, she can feel a little safe. If her reflexes are fast enough, if Queen of Pain blinks in on her, she's going to be able to blink out. Lena gets blasted on that tower, but actually here in the middle lane, Leshrac has to be careful. Thunderclap coming out on that Leshrac after the net. Darkseer just going to run next to this Leshrac, and that's going to be enough. Burrow Strike comes in. Darkseer will get the last hit on that. Darkseer has completed Pipe. Big team fight item put together there. I want to look at the gold graph, but I don't want to look at the gold graph, you know what I mean? 9-1 Tinker. 93 creep score leading both the charts here. Alright, let's bring it up. 17,000 gold lead. 14,000 experience lead. Tinker comes in, the tornado knocks up a couple heroes, and the EMP is going to land as well, but in comes a Burrow Strike with an epicenter in the blink. Sand King taking advantage of all that farm is able to generate 3 kills behind the tier 3 tower. They're going to lose this middle lane. Wombo combo, says the Darkseer. Absolutely right. Leshrac now walking up. It's just going to feed some additional money to this Lena. Drops the Laguna Blade for it as well. Finally puts a point into that ultimate. Must have been a misclick at level 11.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Trying to hang in there. Turbo Chicken steps up. Wants to see if he can do anything, but he's just going to get Burrow Striked on. Vacuum back, and Chen is going to be able to pick up that kill. Morphling just has nothing to show, building Wraith Bands because he's so far behind, just looking to go for the base stats. An ultimate drop by Queen of Pain, no one concerned. Mech drops, and that's enough to heal up the damage. Vacuum comes back, Burrow Strike as well. Lena comes in, they just pile on the AoE damage. GG well played, comes out from Turbo Chicken. GG's on both sides. That is game 1 between Carried by Obiter versus 211 THE. Go next, they say. Convincing victory by Carried by Obiter. Everyone disconnects. I'm going to stick around for the stat screen. Be sure to tune in to VOD number 2 of this game. If any of you guys are watching through Dota TV, you're welcome to stick around and look for game 2 as well.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's just sad when you have a Tinker winning an auto attack war with Morphling. Obviously disconnected, but a little unfortunate. So yeah, man, I don't want to say called it, but those early tower kills going to Obiter means they're able to get those items, blink daggers. So important in this game. Giving them that mobility, that ability to gank mobile heroes. Doing a fantastic job. There's your Radiant victory, Carried by Obiter, taking game number 1. Here's your stat screen. Be sure to join me for game number 2.